Welcome back to Table Rock Dairy. I am working on a soap for Wink and Blink. We're using a white tea and ginger candle and soap fragrance oil by Brambleberry. And I'm using titanium dioxide. And I have this saffron mica that I'm using from Aztec. It's going to be a pretty simple soap. I'm going to put a mica line in it. I can't remember if I've ever done a mica line on my videos before. I've added my lye solution, so I'm going to blend this up real quick. If you've seen the YouTube video of Nod, you've already heard a little bit about Wink and Blink. But in case you haven't, thought I would give you a little bit here. Wink and Blink were born on the farm last year. Born, I guess I should say hatched. They were the Sebastopols had laid eggs and were sitting on eggs and having some problem with, who was sitting on what eggs and sharing nests. And when the babies were born, they were sharing responsibilities of who was going to take care of what babies. And the last two babies that hatched had problems and couldn't be raised by the parents. Wink was the first one I discovered outside the nest early one morning before I was heading off to do chores, and the condition of the baby, I was pretty sure the baby was dead. But scooped it up, and as I scooped it up, one little eye opened a little bit, and so I brought it in, and I had some chicken eggs in the incubator, and so I put the chick in the incubator thinking, at least if it was going to die, it would die warm. And it wasn't a great situation, but it was what it was. And then after a couple of hours, it was still doing okay. And so I took it out and cleaned it up and loved on it. And it had one eye that was all messed up and looked blind. And I thought, well, one-eyed goose, there's worse things in the world. It could have been a one-legged goose. So I just kept working on it and seeing if we could make it well, and it wanted to live. So I kept doing whatever I needed to do to try and help it live. And when it was a few days old, another egg was in the process of hatching and having problems. It was stuck in the eggshell and couldn't get out. And so I stole that one from the parents and brought it in and put it in the incubator. And after about 24 hours, it still wasn't hatched, so I helped it out, and it didn't look very good. But again, I figured if it was going to try, I would try, so I kept the two of them in the incubator for about a week. And I'd take them out and cuddle with them and mess with them and whatever. I kind of feel like an animal has to feel like it is cared about in order for it to fight to live a lot of the time. So it kept getting better and kept getting better. And I held off naming them for a little while because I didn't want to name them and then have them die. And I don't know, it's kind of a stupid thing, but it's what I do. And lo and behold, the things just kept getting better and better and better, so I set up a little brooder for them. I named Wink Wink because Wink only had one eye. And then the other one I named Blank because of the nursery rhyme. It just seemed like the right thing to do. So we had Wink and Blink. And then Nod came along when we were asked to raise Nod with Wink and Blink. So we had Wink, Blink, and I had to name him Nod because if I had Wink and Blink, I needed a Nod. A lot of people said I set it up to have Nod by naming the other two Wink and Blink. So the Sebastopol geese have the curly feathers. It is a genetic defect of the goose. I believe they have been crossed with other breeds. I don't get too into the whole you cross what with what to get what. I don't. My Sebastopol geese are white and they have been crossed with something at some point, I would guess, because they have black spots on them, black and gray spots. They can't fly because of the way their feathers are. So our geese free range during the day and are locked up at night. Trying to keep predators away from them since they're not really that great at getting away from a predator. So this soap I am using just white and putting this this orange mica line, which is supposed to represent the orange feet and the orange beak that they have. And I'm kind of waiting for it to set up a little bit before I pour in the next round of soap because I don't want it to break through my mica line. It's soap, so it's not life and death, but I'd still like it to look the way I want it to. For their curly feathers, I am using, I'm going to pipe those. Where's my piping bag? And I'm going to use a Wilton 353, which is a really big leaf tip. And I have it on a coupler because I'm also going to use a Wilton 67, which is kind of like a leaf tip, but it has a little extra little teeth in it, and I think it'll give a little bit more of a ripple. All right, so I'm going to try and pour this in and see what happens. I'm back to pipe. I started a little bit here to see how it was going to work. I'm back to cut Wink and Blink soap, and I've already cut one loaf of this, and I was really happy with the mica line. That little bit of orange is just what I was going for. So this soap is 2 days old. Normally I would have cut it yesterday, but I just had way too many chores to do. Yesterday I bought feed. I usually buy my animal food every 2 weeks. Not my hay, I buy that seasonally. I try to buy it once a year, but I ran out of hay, so I had to have hay brought last month, or this month actually. So when I buy it every 2 weeks, it's quite a bit to unload and put away. And a lot of times that falls on a Monday because for whatever reason, if I don't get in there when I go to town the week before, I won't make a trip on the weekend just to go get it. Mondays, I get off work earlier than the rest of the week, so the feed store's still open when I'm off. Really happy with how this smells. It's exactly what I was going for. The little feathers on top of the barn remind me of them. I wish that the lighting in here was a little bit better so I could show you better. But at the end of the video, I'll put some pictures where I take my pictures of my soap outside because the lighting is the best. So as soon as I can get out there to take pictures, I'll take pictures and you'll be able to see those on the video after I cut them. But, oops, I bumped it. There you go. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.